Hi everybody, welcome to Daily Deco. Today's episode of Daily Deco is sponsored by our very own Teespring store, but more about them later. Yeah, I know. Actually quite a lot of new stuff has arrived at the Simply Scuba warehouse. The warehouse, they're just working through all the different barcodes and kind of setting them all up, making sure they're all booked in correctly. But everything from a huge drop of Fourth Element, Cressy as well as a lot of sort of new brands to us, so a few sort of German torch brands, so some German engineering is coming in, and sort of more of the stuff that you also know and love from sort of X Deep and Shearwater, all those kind of brands, Atomic Aquatics, Hollis, Oceanic, you name it, we've got all sorts of bits and bobs, so we're getting back to full speed. We're not quite there yet. If you do see anything weird or wonderful on the website, then by all means send us a link down below and we'll get it fixed. We do have a few people sort of scrolling through the website, sort of basically finding errors and fixing them, but there are quite a few at the moment, unfortunately. But yeah, they're all getting fixed as soon as it is possible. But yeah, if you do spot anything, then don't just skip over it. Please let us know. Any spelling mistakes or any sort of pictures that look a bit weird, by all means let us know.
Then we can tell Mark off because it's all his fault. Thanks.
No, this is what I used to do. I used to be in sort of quality control, as it were, making sure that everything on the website was correct and whatnot. Now, I don't really do that anymore, but my brain can't switch that side off. So every time I go to the website, I'm like, oh, that's wrong. Oh, that's wrong. So I've got this huge list, and I just email it to someone sort of every now and then, and just kind of like, sorry,
I'm sure they love fixing.
You. Yeah. Well, they did thank me yesterday. They're like, oh, it's really useful. I was like, oh, good, because that's like list 1 of 6.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's your first one. You wait till the 6th one, and they'll be like, this guy, mate, he needs to do one. He needs to do one.
Well, it got to the point where they'd uploaded a picture of a orange hose, but the product itself was a quick disconnect for your inflator, but it was an orange regulator hose. I was like, oh, well, no, no.
Sounds perfect.
Technically, just wait till I get to the bolt snap department, then all hell will break loose.
Don't do that, guys.
Okay, so on to the first news story. So the Festival of Whales.
Whales.
Not that kind of whales, the underwater cetacean type whales. They are looking for a new cool logo for next year's 2021 festival. So this is a yearly thing, and this is actually the 50th anniversary of this festival. It usually has like a whole parade and all that kind of stuff, typical sort of American parade. So they've got big sort of inflatable whales and stuff that sort of go down on a march. They're not entirely sure what's going to happen next year. It all depends on how sick people are, basically, and but yeah, for next year they're crowdsourcing a logo. So if you're good with pen and paper or paint or MS Paint or whatever, or you just like drawing whales, really, you could enter this sort of competition to basically design next year's logo. So all it is you have to have logo entries must include a likeness of a California grey whale. It can be a whale fluke, a mother and a calf, or a full whale. It must also include the words Dana Point Festival of Whales, March 6 and 7, 2021. The logo design can also include other key Dana Point elements, such as the Dana Point headlands, ocean, surf, or other wildlife. So they're basically looking for a cool picture of a whale, just with Dana Point Festival of Whales, and you can email that to, get a pen and paper, DP Festival of Wales, no spaces or anything, at gmail.com by midnight on January 10th. And then all of the good ones will be uploaded onto their, Facebook or somewhere and then it's going to go out to a community vote. So whoever gets the most votes wins. So
I'll
if
pin
you're
that email in the description. Yeah, I'll pin that in the comments, so you can just copy and paste it.
Say it again. DP Festival of Wales at gmail.com.
Someone pausing the video and rewinding it.
That's all right. We want people to watch it again and again.
We do.
Again. The winning logo will be selected from the top 4, and the winning design will appear on all promotional items associated with the Festival of Wales, and the artist will receive $500 and 2 whale watch tickets as well. So it's not just a... Yeah.
Well, that is good. The $500, I don't really want the whale tickets. It would cost more for us to go there.
You can probably scalp them. Someone will buy them.
You know what's wrong with this world?
Scalping.
Dirty scalpers, mate.
Yeah, it's
the
good
reason
in the
why,
news, isn't it?
They're the reason why I don't have a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox. It's not the fact that I can't afford one. It's because they scalped it.
It is bonkers, and we do need to sort of be against scalping because it is just awful. But yeah, if you do like drawing whales and you're pretty good at drawing whales, then by all means enter.
Whales. And as a joke,
yeah,
it's English.
Not just cartography.
do actual throwing some Welsh stuff in there. Maybe do some Wales colours. Was it red and green?
It did just say. Yeah, it did say or other wildlife, so I could just put a picture of my Welsh corgi.
Yeah.
And there you go. It's Wales.
Wales.
All right, we've Wales with an H.
Yeah.
And you kind of ruined my segue almost. I was talking about if you're really good at drawing whales, the next person is really good at drawing whales. So this is Jennifer Richards, and she's a pretty good artist. She does lots of you've probably seen her work but not noticed it. But yeah, she does a lot of sort of pencil work on sort of whale sharks and great white sharks and whales and just marine life in general.
Well, maybe she wants to add to the competition.
Maybe she already has. But back in 2013, she drew a pencil drawing of a whale shark, and she uploaded it to her sort of DeviantArt or sort of all over her website and whatnot. And then a little while ago, she basically early on this year, she was like browsing the internet as we all were during lockdown, and she came across a pair of Tom's shoes, which basically had her drawing all over it. She kind of went back to her sort of drawing from 2013 and sort of compared it to this pair of shoes, and kind of like zoomed in and literally got the design and sort of photoshopped her her drawing over the top of it, and it matches like line for line. Wow. So she basically took Tom's Shoes LLC to court and basically said, copyright infringement. Here's my original drawing. Here's kind of proof that I drew it way back in like 2013 or whenever it was. And yeah, Tom's were like, ooh, yeah. And it seems to have been resolved amicably out of court, which is how so many court cases go. But yeah, when you see the picture that she kind of made with the Tom's design and then her drawing like photo imposed over the top of it, yeah, it's pretty damning evidence that one of their designers just went, oh yeah, this is pretty cool, I'll just throw some like seaweed and kelp kind of like around it and make it kind of like really small, no one will notice. Well, Jennifer noticed. So yeah, don't be stealing people's designs.
Yeah, don't do that, that's really bad.
At least change it a little bit. Granted, they coloured it in, but yeah, they really didn't bother changing it that much.
Well, to be fair, Jennifer doesn't really have much of a leg to stand on. It should be the whale shark that gets the money. It's his likeness or her likeness.
You never know if it was based on a real whale shark or not.
Exactly. So
who knows?
I think it's despicable. No, that's proper lazy. That's proper lazy. Like, yeah, maybe put more spots on it, less spots, move the door, like just move it, just tweak it a little bit. You've got to tweak it.
Yeah, give it a tail, just sort of change its perspective a little bit. Just use it as, you can use it as inspiration and draw your own whale shark that looks similar, but don't copy and paste.
No.
That's it.
Complete random thing. I watched that Poundland shop on TV show last night, and they were talking. I didn't even realise this, but they have a clothing line in there, and basically that's exactly what they do. So they look at the Gucci, they look at all the Gucci and the high end stuff, and then they literally duplicate it, tweak it a little bit, and then they resell it, and that's all they do. Right? So you're walking around with a t-shirt that costs like, I don't know, £1, which looks like Gucci, but they've legally changed it enough for it to look different.
Yeah, no, there's a huge thing, because Poundland is a lot bigger than I...
Mate, it's massive.
Sort of originally, you see them like everywhere, but you don't really think too much of them.
They got a whole Frozen set. I didn't even realise, the one in Canterbury, because I went there to get my Christmas decks. They got like a whole freaking Frozen section. I'm like, what is this?
Incredible. What's also incredible is our Simply Scuba Teespring store. So...
Beautiful segue. Beautiful.
Seamless. So yeah, if you're looking for some new scuba diving merchandise, like a dive t-shirt, then head over to the link that is down below in the description, and head over to our Teespring store. We've got all sorts of funky designs. You basically pick and choose the size and color, and basically what you want it printed on, whether you want it on a t-shirt, a hoodie, a sweatshirt, or a mug, a phone case, you name it. You can head over to our Teespring store and get some scuba diving merchandise. At the moment, we are offering 15% off of your entire order, excluding shipping, I believe. If you use the promo code Daily Deco, all one word, at checkout, that will get you 15% off of your order. I'm just going to turn my hot water off because that's just woken up. We're
going to keep rolling, man. We're going to keep rolling. I've actually while you do that, I've actually got a really nice design.
Okay, go on then.
It's a whale shark. It's completely original. It's a whale shark t-shirt. I found it on an old design of mine that I drew back in 2013.
Before you changed your name.
Yeah.
Jennifer.
I used to be known as Jennifer. No. It's good though.
In certain circles you still are.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Teesprings is cool. As I said, hopefully we'll get more designs.
Yeah, that's it. I've got one at the moment, which is a shark design. It legitimately is a shark design that I've been working on for a while. So when that's sort of finalised and I run it past Shaun, then I'll get that uploaded.
Run it past me. Just look cool. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I like that. Looks like a shark. Cool.
If it sounds wicked. If it doesn't, wicked.
Our next news story. This comes from a news, I don't know, vendor, what you'd call them, the Gadget Flow, and the headline caught my eyes. It was quite clickbaity. The headline is basically, "This all-season wetsuit keeps you warm in cold temperatures." So that caught my eyes because I thought, oh, okay, that's interesting. How are they doing it differently? So you scroll down and it just looks like any 3mm wetsuit. I think their primary customer base is more the kind of like surfing stand-up paddleboard.
Oh, the cool
so it's
people.
not really applicable for scuba divers because the neoprene is different. But I just kind of wanted to get your kind of opinion on it because I know my opinion. I'm pretty sure what Shaun's opinion is on it. But what it basically is, it's instead of having a separate shorty and a full length for when it starts to get cold, they've basically designed a shorty and then you can buy sleeves for it, basically, for when the water starts to get a bit colder.
Oh dear.
Now, I don't know if this is anything like groundbreakingly new. I mean, I've never seen it before. I think I pretty well know why I've never seen it before.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is this a thing that anyone thinks is a kind of a good game-changing move? From what I can tell, there's not a great deal of like information on how the sleeves like attach. The best that we could find is they mention adhesive tape, which is like 1 centimeter thick. So we believe that it's just got like that sort of grippy, like almost silicone material on the inside, and that's basically it that holds your sleeve and your legs up. I don't think this is the future of wetsuits, to be honest. I just kind of wanted your opinion, whether you think that's, oh, okay, no, actually, this could be a sort of a good idea, or whether it's just like, nah, it's interesting, but I don't think it's got any legs. Who knows?
Oh, that's a terrible joke. That's a terrible joke. I reckon all they did was they looked at hiking trousers that zip off and like, oh, that's a really good idea. We can put that on a wetsuit.
Yeah, but we can't put zips on it because
can't use zips. Can't do Velcro. You got the glide skin, but then like, depending on how you wear it, how often you wear it, that's only going to stick for a certain amount of time.
Yeah,
right.
And I would have thought with surfers, they're more like active movers than our scuba divers are. Surely your sleeves are going to start sort of riding up and slipping down. Yeah. So I don't know. I really don't see this becoming a big thing. But hey, let us know down in the comments below what you think. Whether you'd buy sleeves for your shorty. I don't know. Maybe it's a thing. Maybe it's something we need to tell Fourth Element. Hey, for your shorty, start making some sleeves.
We do it ourselves.
the Simply Scuba Hydros.
Yeah, we just pick off the Skin Fox logo and put our own on. As we learned from today's Daily Deco, you can't get in trouble for doing that. So
yeah, as long as you change it a little bit, it should be fine.
It's totally fine. No worries.
What we could do.
This is a total gimmick.
We could just buy a full-length Fourth Element wetsuit, cut all the sleeves off, and then just sell the sleeves. So that's surely a great sort of business model.
Yeah.
Anyway, the next news story comes all the way from Australia.
And
this is in Sydney Harbour. This is for the past 10 years. They have been building a kind of a 3D printed underwater just like framework for sort of species to come back, basically. So because of a lot of pollution in the area and all that kind of stuff, a lot of the like native marine species have been dying out and kind of leaving the area. They're trying to get them back, obviously. So they've been building these like metal frameworks and then 3D printing these giant tiles that are like 1 meter square with different sort of underwater like substrates, so different sort of types of sort of rock and coral and whatnot that these species naturally like to sort of congregate around. And they've been sort of putting this up. What they're planning to do is basically get seagrass and seaweed and sort of natural sort of flora and fauna from sort of further out, and sort of get samples of that, bring it back into Sydney Harbour, and hopefully with a reduction in sort of the pollution and whatnot, this is going to help. It's going to bring the sort of marine life back, and hopefully get the waters a little bit nicer. But it looks cool. I think a lot of these style of sort of projects are really sort of coming back to hopefully bring all the species back to what it was beforehand. And obviously they're using sort of divers to sort of bolt them to these sort of pylons that sit about like 6 meters under the water.
It's very interesting.
Up to
because do you remember Finding Nemo? That came out well over 10 years ago, and that had Sydney Harbour in it, and that was seen as a grey, greeny, horrible.
Yeah.
So I reckon that was the inspiration. So you got Pixar to thank for this.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
They say the garden will need to be tended to regularly once the seaweed has been attached and native species begin to flourish. But yeah, they're basically going to sort of keep on top of it and sort of making sure that things are growing. But this is, where is it? It's a typical Australian name. So it's installed below the sea at Bangarangaroo.
Bangarangaroo. Cracky, mate.
God bless Australia and their just names of stuff. Bangarangaroo.
Hey, we can't talk. We have weird names for stuff, or rude names for stuff.
Yeah, but our names end up everywhere else. That's why I love all the sort of names in the United States, because we have York and they just have New York. No, there's.
I wonder if there's a Faversham or a Canterbury.
I'm sure there is.
Probably is, yeah.
USA.
You actually research it.
Yeah.
Well, while you do that, I'm going to take a look at the vote.
It's in Connecticut.
Connecticut. Cool, man.
Yeah. So yeah, for those of you who don't know why we're just sort of pausing for time now. So yeah, basically, last week I mentioned that I couldn't find any brandy butter when I was doing my online shopping, and the internet has just exploded because of this.
Yes.
And Shaun thought it would be a good idea to turn our scuba diving channel into a cooking channel.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we can do like a sub sort of channel, but basically he put out a vote asking people whether they because I'm going to throw so many camera angles at you for making me do this.
Oh, no. I don't need one from outside in your garden peering through the window, Mark.
Exactly. So yeah, basically Shaun put out a vote whether people wanted to watch me cook or basically make some brandy butter. From what I understand, it's like a 3-ingredient recipe, and the most cooking that is involved is melting some butter.
Yes.
But yeah, we put out a vote whether people wanted to watch me make some brandy butter from scratch, and apparently people do by the sounds of it.
So at the moment, there's 128 votes. Which isn't too bad. We haven't done a vote on the community tab for a while now, so that's quite a lot for that. So, yes is leading, funnily enough, at 48%. Then second is definitely at 27%.
Oh, no, it's not.
It is. And no thank you is 26%. So... the majority, because basically I shouldn't have put yes and definitely, I should have just put yes and no. So definitely and yes, just one vote.
Okay. I did like one comment. Where was it?
What, from safe diving?
He said, no, not me. So this is from, I'm going to say Nyax128, and it's like, first time I've come to the community tab, binging with Mark. So yeah, basically, I'm going to show you guys my kitchen, and make some of my own brandy butter. I just got to buy some brandy. It's not something that I have in my cupboard.
Remember, it has to be nautical themes. Those are the rules.
I'll just put a picture of a ship on the bottom.
No, if I find out it's not nautical, I'm going to take your corgis away.
I'll do it.
Those are the rules, mate, Mark. I don't make them up.
I didn't write the rules.
Don't know me. And on that bombshell, guys, we should probably end the show. I love how these now are just complete tangent. I mean, they were generally videos of us rambling anyway, but now it's even more just random stuff near the end.
Yeah, it's a bit of fun. That's the whole point of Daily Deco is we don't take it too seriously. It's just to basically take your mind off the current everything that's going on. Because have you heard about the latest sort of illness that's breaking out in India?
No.
Oh, it's a lot worse than like coughs and sniffles. people's like eyes are hurting and they're having seizures and stuff.
Right,
and they don't know where it's coming from.
Well,
So
we need to
that
put
could
a
be
massive board around India. No one leaves. No one goes in there.
I think it's almost the best time for something like this to break out because everyone's already pretty savvy on like washing their hands and sort of not travelling. So
I don't really fancy
hopefully it won't
washing my
spread too much.
eyeballs out every 20 minutes or whatever. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
So the news report that I listened to this morning basically said that it's got some like pretty severe sort of symptoms, and then of like sort of their spine hurts and they're having seizures and all this kind of stuff, and then they just seem to get over it, and you're like, oh lovely. Still, but yeah. But as usual, they don't know where it's come from. It's got all the like hallmarks of like industrial waste. But these people live in like really like rural sort of places. They don't share any like water sources or anything. So scientists are baffled over what it is. But that's what 2021 is going to bring us apparently.
You heard it here, guys. This is exciting times for Daily Deco. The end is nigh. Now, what do they say? No. And on that depressing
if you have any
note,
scuba diving questions, let us know down in the comments below. Anything that you want to know about, so let us know. And if it's a direct question, we'll answer it on Friday's show. If it's an idea for a video, then by all means, we'll sort of add it to the list. Anything else you want to talk about, let us know down in the comments below. What you think about a 4-in-1 style shorty wetsuit with sleeves or something. Let us know down in the below whether you think that's got legs or not. As ever, thank you for watching, and of course, safe diving.
Stay classy, scuba divers.